On a scorching medieval summer day, travellers, soldiers and peasants faced a simple but critical problem: keeping water cool and drinkable under the relentless sun. With no modern coolers, insulated bottles or refrigeration, staying hydrated in heat was a constant challenge. Yet historical accounts and archaeological findings reveal a clever solution that combined natural materials with simple physics: a water bag that stayed surprisingly cool even in full sun. This forgotten medieval innovation isn't just a historical curiosity. It offers practical insights that backyard enthusiasts, campers and survivalists can apply today. Why keeping water cool was essential for survival in medieval times. Access to water was always vital, but during long marches, fieldwork or summer travels, the temperature of the water could mean the difference between life and exhaustion. Water left in metal or wooden containers quickly warmed in the sun, becoming unpleasant or even unsafe to drink. Travellers and soldiers needed a method that preserved hydration without requiring ice, which was costly and logistically difficult to transport. The medieval water bag addressed this need by using natural materials and environmental principles to maintain a refreshing temperature. How the medieval water bag was constructed to naturally stay cool. The key to the bag's effectiveness was its construction and the choice of material. Typically, water bags were made from untreated animal hides, most commonly goat skin. The leather was thick enough to hold water, but slightly porous, allowing tiny amounts of moisture to seep through. The bag was often sewn with a tight, durable stitch and sealed to minimize leakage while maximizing evaporative cooling. Some designs incorporated a cloth lining or double layers to reduce contamination and improve durability. The slightly porous material enabled a slow escape of moisture from the bag's exterior, which, when exposed to air, caused the remaining water to cool naturally. Why evaporation made this bag so effective at keeping water cool? Unlike modern insulated bottles, which rely on trapping temperature, the medieval water bag used active cooling through evaporation. As water seeped through the leather and evaporated from the surface, it drew heat from the liquid inside, lowering its temperature. This effect could reduce the water's heat several degrees below the ambient air, making it significantly more refreshing in direct sunlight. Travellers quickly learned to hang their bags in breezy or shaded areas to enhance this cooling effect, and some even wrapped the bags in damp cloth to increase evaporation. So, let's talk about how travellers and soldiers actually used the water bag in daily life. Medieval armies, traders and pilgrims would carry these water bags on long journeys, often hanging them from saddles, backpacks or belts. As they moved, the bags would swing freely, allowing air to circulate and, maximize cooling. When they set up camp, the bags were usually hung in the shade or maybe near streams to help maintain the temperature. Some travellers even sprinkled water on the exterior to further enhance evaporative cooling. Soldiers and field workers relied on this technique to stay hydrated during marches, work in the fields or patrols, making sure their water remained drinkable and refreshing even when the temperatures were really high. Now, let's look at how you can recreate this medieval cooling method today. For modern outdoor enthusiasts, the principles behind this water bag are actually pretty easy to apply. Canvas, thick cloth, or untreated leather can all mimic the medieval effect. Just fill a bag with water, lightly wet the exterior, and hang it in a shaded, breezy spot. The slow evaporation will keep the water cooler than the surrounding air. For longer trips or even backyard use, you can rotate multiple bags, keeping some in the sun while others stay shaded and cooler. This method is especially useful for campers, hikers, or, well, anyone working outdoors without access to refrigeration. Why, you might wonder, does this simple method still matter for modern survival and even backyard living? Well, the medieval water bag is much more than just a historical curiosity. It really shows us an elegant and sustainable approach to solving problems. In situations where, say, modern conveniences suddenly fail, like during power outages, remote camping trips, or, any kind of survival scenario, understanding how to use natural materials and environmental principles can make a real, tangible difference. This method also teaches us patience and observation, showing how just a slight adjustment in placement, airflow or moisture can make it work even better. So, what can we actually learn from the ingenuity of medieval travellers? The water bag really highlights the value of adapting to whatever resources you have on hand and understanding environmental forces. Those travellers experimented with different materials, bag shapes, and how they positioned the bags to get the best cooling effect. They paid close attention to wind patterns, shade, and humidity, learning by good old trial and error how to keep their water drinkable under some pretty harsh conditions. By studying and applying these same principles, even today, modern enthusiasts can develop low-tech, energy-free solutions that are practical, sustainable, and honestly, surprisingly effective. If this deep dive into the medieval water bag has sparked your curiosity and maybe given you a few practical ideas for hydration and survival, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And, share this video with fellow history buffs, survivalists, and backyard enthusiasts so that this time-tested low-tech solution can keep inspiring and being put to use in modern outdoor adventures. Backyard wisdom.